So welcome to the hangar. This is our place. All graphics up. We've got the two cars here. That's our normal wagon. This one is Golf. This is our new promo car, and it has a bit of a car stereo installed in it. That's something I'll cover on a separate video. So we don't do car stereos, but as I used to do a bit of that when I was younger, decided to pimp this Golf up. So this is a bit of a homage to 90s boy racers. So we'll go back in the shop and we'll show you around. Here we are inside the hangar. We've decided to take on the Rega RP1 and the P2s. We really like the shiny gloss ones, so this is the black one. They're really cool. And along we have the RP1, the budget starter one at 230 quid. This one's the gloss P2. Got a rather cool Akai AP207 direct drive. We really like the old Japanese direct drives, they're really cool. There's a Sansui, not so high end as the Akai, but pretty good. Got some Louders up there. Eminent Technology desk speakers, which are I think one of their first projects they did. This is an Akai 4000. Everybody knows about those. Down the rack we've got little Chinese kit, bit of quad, some standard black stuff. There's a NAD receiver there. There's a nice Helios 2, which is from France. It's a French CD player. It's a very, very good player. When we went to the Northwest show, we brought that and we used that at the show. In the cabinet here we have Audio Technica stuff. We now have a dealer for Audio Technica, so we can get the cartridges, their clamps and accessories as well. Particularly like the OC9, one of my favourites, and the 80 F2 moving coil is a great starter moving coil at about 150 quid. This is our new desk. People who've watched the other videos will know our old curved silver desk with all the decoupage on the top. Well, we are starting this one, so this is a few cutouts ready for the decoupage. It's a book that John Howe's edited. We're taking some nice valve amp pictures from that. So this will be all sort of painted white, and we're going to decoupage the whole thing, and then we're going to cover it in glass. It looked really, really good. Many of you guys who are into your vintage stuff will know the Marantz CD94. It's a classic player, 1541A chips. This one is in lovely condition, complete with this remote. It's all working. It's all had a complete belt change. Bob did all that. Under that we have a couple of Rotel noise reduction units, the RN580s. Typically used for reel-to-reel machines, but some people use them with the early tape machines. There's a pair there. Here we have one of the old A48 Sugdens. Not their best colour scheme, I don't think, this one. The later ones were, well, I think the A48 went to black, it started off silver and wood, but this I don't think was particularly a good colour scheme. Bit of Sansui there, 217, that goes with the 7 range amplifiers, which are really, really nice. The Yamaha on the bottom. Classic Goldwing GL75, which is mainstay of vintage turntable collectors. There's loads of these around, and they're very good turntables. There's websites that are dedicated to this record player. Lenko Heaven's the main one. There's some great ideas for upgrading and that sort of thing on that website. A little bit of NAD there again, we do like a bit of this. All stemming from the original 3020, which was an absolute classic, and a lot of the amplifiers that came after that were still pretty good. So we always recommend these as a starter amp for people. A bit of Cambridge and a bit of Marantz there. One of the old Crossfield head Akais. More of an ornament than an actual usable bit of kit, but it looks lovely. We do like the look of these. It's nice, the original Akai Sport as well. Going down there, we've got a bit of 90s stuff. There's a KX2 250 or it's a 260 cassette player, bit of Pioneer. There's a Myriad tuner down there. Here we have a Garrard 301. It was brought in by a customer who wanted us to do it up for him. When it came in, it looked like it had been dug up in a garden. It was in a real state. We gave it to our turntable man Tony, and he did his wonders with it. The top plate is BMW or BMW sparkly graphite, and the plinth is done in solid slate by one of our customers called Ted, and he's done a lovely job of that. So this has actually been sitting here for a year. The guy hasn't really bothered to come and get it, but it's here and it always looks nice, and it always sparks a conversation up. So down here, a little bit of Technics, one of the Pioneer Stable Platter CD players. Up here we've got the classic TD150 Thorens record player. This one is the EMT version. If you go into close here, you'll see made in Germany by EMT under Swiss license. So what happened with Thorens is the 150 was so popular, they made so many of them. Just noticed the head's a bit wonky, I'll have to sort that out. They made so many of these record players that they asked EMT to help out with the back order. So some of these have, as you say, they're made in Germany at EMT license. This is a lovely Denon amplifier, the PMA 850. One of the big chunky dual mono jobs that Denon produced back in the sort of late 70s. We love these, they're really, really nice. Lovely bit of classic Marantz. The italic writing ones, which are always nice. This one's a 2050 tuner. Lights up blue, real conversation piece when you got that in your house. Here we have a load of Linn stuff. We've got a Linn Carrick, the LK1 and the LK280s. I think these were originally LK2s that were upgraded by Linn because the boxes have LK2 on them. So that's them. So, welcome to 1970. Come through. So this is a slightly new look retro room. We've added a few things. There's a lovely lady called Lorna who we bought her old Revox and her other hi-fi from, and she had an incredibly 70s house. It was like a show. It could have been a film set. And a lot of the stuff from here was from Lorna's house. The sofas and that sort of thing, the rug. But yeah, come through. So as a little prop we have a Transcriptors Saturn there. It looks right in here next to the Space TV. Next to that we've got the musical encyclopedias, the Videotone, the people that make Minimaxes. They made these amazing book speakers. So I'll show you these. So, drivers underneath. These are great, I love these. They need refoaming, so we've got to do that. But at the moment they just look great in here. Here we have the new debut range by ELAC, designed by Andrew Jones. I've been seeing these at a lot of the hi-fi shows and just had to buy them. They're brilliant. We saw them in Munich and we saw them in the Bristol show as well. These are fantastic. Nice little budget speaker. Carbon fibre drivers. Had a very, very positive review in Hi-Fi Choice, and they are people are making noise about these. So we decided to have these in as our sort of budget new speaker range. They're lovely. They're lovely. So, moving on. This is our ongoing project. It's been seen a few times in our videos, but it's a possible Gale prototype. We don't quite know really. It's a bit odd. It runs on a belt instead of direct drive like the Gale is. We're using a Luxman arm on it. It originally came with a sort of very, very broken Transcriptors arm, so we date it probably 70s. But it's a strange one. We're going to have to make the bearing again because it is sticking on 33 and it's a little bit wowie. Along to the Pure Sound A30. We love these. It's our mainstay valve amp that we sell, and then onto our Selborne turntable, which is our new project. This is going to be a launch very soon. It's been bubbling away for a couple of years, but we're now onto the second prototype. This is the first prototype. The second one will be built pretty soon. So this is the Applewood Road album, which is produced by Gearbox Records, a very well-known sort of audiophile label. It's a great label. They master on audio note equipment and that sort of thing, and they're into sort of single microphone valve recordings and that sort of thing. This is Emily Barker is one of the three girls on this recording. It's great. We're doing like a little promotion on it. So it starts, I think it's the 18th. So next week, anyone who buys this album from here gets into a draw, and they may win one of the master tapes. So that's quite cool. They're 22 quid, and it's a great album.
Purple leaves all around, silver stars are falling down. I'm saving all these words I know, and kicking up dust down Applewood Road.
Well, going to the modern room, see what we've got in here. First of all, we've got the Audium speakers. These are German, little sort of 3-inch full range in the front, and a downward firing 6x9 driver, which is really interesting. There's that. Everyone knows about these. We bang on about these, they're amazing. The Eminent Technology LFT8B. We take these to all the shows. We'll be down at Whittleby this time with them. We've just come back from a Northwest show with them, and a very positive review there as well. Yeah, so this is one of our RP1s, our little budget RP1s. We like these, they're great. They show people how good vinyl can sound even at a lower budget level. Classic CD50 there, Moran CD50, that's the one with the TDA 1541s in. The later 52 wasn't a better machine. In fact, I don't think it was as good as the original 50. We like that. Down below we've got the ATSAR 500 monoblock Class D amplifiers, 400 watts into into 8 ohm and 700 watts into 4 ohm. They're acoustic imageries, little babies. We love these. Again, we take these to the show with the Eminence. Running off about Jeff the squeeze box. We run a lot of squeeze boxes in the shop. They've all got names. That's Bob our techie for you. Over here we've got the Hico Directs. Come from the sort of Pure Sound stable. They're imported by Guy Sargent. These are made in Germany. Great speakers. 95 dB efficient, so work really well on small single-ended valve amps. These are one of our favourite speakers. We really like these. They do have a grill. People ask about a grill. There is a grill in the box, so they look sort of cool without. Here we have the Ray Ella, one of my favourite little floor standers. You can pick these up from as little as 80 quid, right up to about 150 for a really clean pair. So value for money wise, they're very hard to beat. They're a transmission line design, quite compact, nice little sort of 3-point stand on them. I believe they're made by Royd Audio. You can see the similarities that I think they are definitely Royd drivers. There you go, so that's pretty much it. This is our wall of cables. Now we get, because we buy a lot of systems in, second hand and nearly new systems, we get a lot of cables. So the cables range from sort of 70s cables right up to sort of high-end stuff. So there's always, if you're into your cables, there's always an interesting cable to choose from on the wall here. This is the budget range of Audio Technica cartridges. The 8091's 19 quid and the 8095E, which is I think 26.99. So this is a great way to bring an old budget record player into modern times, and they sound really good as well. Just because they're cheap doesn't mean they're bad. It's a very good cartridge. We sell a lot of these. Great for things like PL12Ds and Coldring Lenkos. They're just brilliant for that. And there you go. So there you have it. Hopefully it won't take me years to do another one. You can check out our Facebook group. There's a lot of people on there and they're always chatting about interesting stuff. We try to get anything we've got that might be of a conversation piece. We try to get it on there before it goes on eBay or that sort of thing, or goes on for sale. So you do get a heads up on the Facebook page of anything new that comes in, anything interesting. Yeah, great. So also check out hifihangar.co.uk. That's our main site. Lots of interesting things on there. Even a customer car page and a customer systems page. There's lots of stuff to look at on there. There's also an archive section, so you can look at all the old stuff we've sold. So it goes right back to vintage valve amplifiers and the interesting turntables. They're all there on the archive pages. So yeah, see you next time, and hopefully it won't be too long.